Are you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
The guy on the phone for a second date update today had a very awkward ending to his first date. He thought he was about to seal the deal, driving the girl back to his place, and then she said, nope, turn around, take me back to my car so I can go home.
Oh, what?
How horrible is that? We'll get into that in a second. I'll have him tell us all about that. But Dane is on the phone, and he wants to call a girl named Hillary today. Dane, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you guys?
I would not be all right if I were you. I'd be a very sad, broken man after reading your email.
Well, I'm getting over it. I've had a little bit of time to heal, I guess.
Good to hear.
Oh, I'm
good
sure
to hear.
it was so hurtful.
Good to hear. All right, before we get into all that, just first of all, tell me a little bit about the girl that you want us to call today. Where'd you meet her?
Well, we actually met off of Tinder.
Okay.
And, I liked the way that she looked, and we kind of started texting a little bit and decided that we were going to meet up for a date.
And are you a guy, Dane, who often meets chicks off of Tinder?
Yeah, well, I suppose. I mean, it's 2015. I mean,
That's where everybody meets these days, isn't
Yeah,
it?
man.
the technology is there, so why not use
Why
it?
not take advantage of it? I agree with you on that one. So what did you guys do when you decided to meet up?
We met up at a restaurant by the mall.
Uh-huh.
We went to kitchen, and it was actually pretty
The meal or the time spent with her?
No, the meal was The time spent with her was cool. The drinks were good, and the conversation was good.
So did you purposely bring her to a restaurant that you really don't like?
I didn't know it was going to be that bad. It's been a while since I've eaten there, and I was hoping that they had fixed their problem.
Suddenly the second date update has turned into a Yelp review.
Yeah.
All right. So you didn't enjoy the food much, but you enjoyed her company, and dinner went well?
Yeah, I enjoyed her company. Dinner went well. She was just as hot as she was in her pictures, so that was no disappointment.
And was your goal here the entire time to hook up with this girl because you met on Tinder and you just wanted, or are you looking for, to actually date someone?
Well, I mean, isn't that everyone's goal eventually is to hook up with somebody?
Some people want to have a relationship with a person. Other people just want to have one night.
Well, I mean, I live by kind of the mantra kind of that, you can't go in expecting too much.
Yeah.
So if something came out of it, great. But
you go with the flow. You hook up, never talk to her again. That's cool. You hook up and then have a relationship with her. That's cool too.
Right. But this chick was really cool, and I'm just kind of at a loss, that she hasn't called me or returned any of my text messages or phone calls.
Well, the big thing that I picked up from your email was the car ride back to your place. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, okay. Well, here's what happened. After dinner, we went to go see a movie. And it was a pretty good movie. During the movie, she kind of leaned her head on my shoulder, and I was like, okay, this is nice. So I figured, it's go time.
What?
It's go time because she put her head on your shoulder.
Did she also make eye contact once and you knew?
No, it's like...
I hope that you tried to see if she was actually interested. It was just head on the shoulder, and then all of a sudden you're unzipping your pants.
No, it's not like I did the old hole in the popcorn bucket trick,
So that's go time for you, huh?
I just thought she was getting comfy with me, so
Okay.
I just figured, let's get out of here.
So you figured, let's get out of here?
Yeah, it was towards the end of the movie, so,
How do you do that, Dane?
Well, she didn't not go.
She put her head on your shoulder, and you just turned to her yeah, I know what that means. Get out of here. That is impressive, Dane.
Are you sure that she understood your intentions?
I mean, what would you have thought? That I wanted to go have coffee?
Yeah.
Possibly. Honestly, I think head on her shoulder is so innocent. Hand on a thigh maybe indicates a little bit more. Head on her shoulder.
Well, do you remember? I did meet this girl on Tinder.
Yeah.
Oh, so she was...
So Tinder's pretty much a hookup app. So if you go out on a Tinder date and somebody says, let's get out of here, usually means go back to my place.
Yeah,
right.
And on her Tinder profile, it's not like, some people on Tinder, they say, I'm not here for hookups, swipe left. And she didn't have that.
Okay.
Oh, so obviously she's into it.
Regardless, she agreed to go in your car with you wherever you were going when you said, let's get out of here. That says a lot to me.
And she had her own car.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened in the car ride then?
We were just kind of chit-chatting about halfway over to my house. She gave me the old I shouldn't do this routine.
Okay.
And she asked if I would drive her back to her car. And so I said, "Are you sure?" And, she was, I guess. And, I'm not a creep, so I took her back over to the mall where her car was.
That's way less than what I would have done. Are you sure? I would have actually pulled the car over, got on my hands and knees, and begged, "Please, we're almost there. We're almost to my house. Please come back with me."
Well, maybe that's how I felt inside, but I didn't want to actually say that or do that. But
all right, so you took her back to her car and dropped her off. Did you guys kiss or anything?
no, that was kind of weird too. Actually,
Yeah.
I dropped her off and I asked her if I did something wrong, and she just said, it was a first date and we should probably take things slow. And she gave me a hug.
Okay.
So the closest intimacy you guys had was head on shoulder and hug.
Yeah.
All right.
She was like, yeah, text me or call me. And I was like, okay. So I have a couple of times. Texted her a couple of times, called her a couple of times, and I haven't heard anything from her.
Nothing at all.
Not even like a, hey, you're nice, but this isn't nothing.
Okay.
Do you remember a moment in the car where her mood changed? Where she started second guessing what she was doing?
Yeah, about the time when she said, I really shouldn't do this.
No. If there's anything
Kinda
before,
obvious
Dave,
right there. Yeah.
led up to that.
Spells it out for you. All right, man. Well, we're going to play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, okay?
All right, great.
All right, man. Hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Dane, I think I know how you screwed up on your first date.
You do?
I do. I think you gave your date too much time to think about her bad decision.
No.
That's what I think happened.
Why has it got to be a bad decision?
Because it's you, Dane.
If you're just tuning in for the second date update, Dane met this girl off of Tinder. They went, had dinner, went to the movies. During the movie, she put her head on his shoulder, and to Dane, he was like, yes, it's time to do this. So he said, let's get out of here. And they were driving back to his place, but like halfway there, she stopped and said, nope, I'm not down. Take me back to my car. Dane, being the gentleman that he is, took her back to the car and dropped her off and hasn't heard from her since. But what I'm saying is you gave her too much time. When she put her head on your shoulder, instantly, pants should have come off. Should have done it right there in the movie theater. You got to, when opportunity knocks, you got to answer the call. Don't give it too much time for her to think about it. I think that's...
Well, I don't want to get arrested.
Yeah.
Hey, it's worth it. Trust me.
It's worth it.
All right.
And are you looking for another date with this girl, or are you looking to finish what got stopped in the middle of the drive?
Yes.
Yeah,
Boom.
exactly.
Okay.
Either one.
Good answer.
Yeah. You're asking some very obvious questions to this guy. He just wants to get a
All right.
piece, and then if it turns into more.
Simple. I need to be more simple.
Yes, you do. Here we go, Dane. I'm about to call it right now and get your second date update.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Hillary, please?
this is Hillary.
Hey, Hillary, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hey,
Hey. What's going on?
who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm calling you because somebody recently emailed us about you.
Huh?
I recently got an email from somebody who wanted us to get in touch with you. His name is Dane,
Okay.
and you went out on a date with Dane a little while ago. Remember him?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Dane really enjoyed your time together. He told us a little bit about your date, but he actually wanted us to get you on the phone to find out why you're not calling him back because he would love to see you again.
I'm just not really interested anymore.
Okay. He told us about your date. He said that you guys are actually on the way back to his house and you told him to turn around.
He told you about what actually happened on our date?
Yeah. Yeah, because we weren't going to call you out of the blue without knowing what he thought of the date. So we talked to him a little bit about it. And he said he had a great time. You went to dinner and a movie. And then he was hoping for more. And then you asked him to turn around and take you back to your car.
Well, yeah, that kind of happened.
Did he say something to you to make you have a change of heart?
Well, you really shouldn't ask somebody on their first date what their favorite type of condoms are.
That was honestly a question he asked you?
Yeah, that threw me off, dude.
Yeah, I would think so. How did that come up?
How did that come up?
Yeah, I've been on a lot of dates before, and I've never once asked anybody what their favorite condom is, let alone on a first date.
Yeah. It was just like that. It was just kind of like out of the blue. Like 1 minute we're talking about how awful dinner was, and then he's like, so, hey, what's your favorite type of condom?
Come on.
That's even a creepier way to put it. Not what kind of condoms you like, what's your favorite condom?
Yeah.
It kind of almost sounds like he's calling you slutty a little bit. Like, hey,
you must be a condom.
I know you use a lot of condoms. What's your favorite one?
I know. Like, seriously, like, that was just offensive. Like, what kind of girl does he think that I am?
Did you answer him?
No. I was like, no, I think that maybe we should just call it a night.
Yeah,
Go back to my car.
That's a way to kill the mood, I think.
Absolutely.
I don't even like having to go grab one like from my dresser drawer. I feel like it kills the mood, you know what I mean? But then to be like, hey, I hope this one's appropriate for you.
Let me pick out your favorite.
Yeah. I got a whole plethora of sizes and shapes, whatever you want. Oh, man, Hillary. I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
Thank you.
Yeah. I should also tell you that Dane's actually on the phone and listening to this, too.
What?
Yeah, he's actually on the other line.
Hi, Hillary.
Oh.
I'm really kind of floored. Like I didn't realize. I'm sorry. What can I really say? I'm sorry that you got offended, but I'm not sorry for asking you that question.
Oh, wow.
Because I think it's kind of a fair question to ask. I thought I was being nice,
What?
polite.
Are you serious? You thought that I was that kind of girl?
Well, I don't
Hello?
think you're a particular kind of girl, but we were heading back to my house. We left the movie a little early. We were heading back to my house. I mean, maybe I just had the wrong assumption. I mean,
Yeah, maybe, you think? Maybe? Possibly?
well, when you got into my car, maybe it would have been nice to tell me that, hey, I just want to cuddle or something like that. I thought it was actually a pretty logical question in this day and age.
Logical? You think that's logical? Like, it would have been nicer if you would have just asked what kind of flowers I like, not what kind of condoms I want.
What? Why would I ask you about flowers when we're about to go back to my house and have sex? I might ask you about flowers
You
the
don't
next
know
morning.
that's what's going to happen. You don't know that.
Well, come on. I met you off Tinder.
Come on.
There you go. That's good rationale right there.
Just because I met you off Tinder doesn't mean that I'm going to sleep with you, you moron.
All right.
I don't
Why
know.
were you going back to my house? I'm so confused.
And Hillary, why wouldn't you have just told him at that point, hey, we're not going to need condoms because we're not doing that?
Well, I said take me back to my car. That was enough.
Well, I think the polite thing was to ask you what kind of condoms you want. The impolite thing was to not call me back.
Yeah, there you go. You're the one who's wrong here, Hillary. Hey, Hillary, would you like to go on a second date with Dane? I will pay for it.
I really would like to.
Hell no, I will not go out on another date with him.
All right. I kind of figured as much. Well, Hillary, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Sure, thank
The
you.
one thing that I do need to know, though, is what is your favorite kind?
Ribbed for her pleasure.
Nice choice, girl.
That's all you had to say.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
And a text in at 78592 says, that dude had a point. They were on the way back to his house, but it's still a very awkward question. That guy is just dumb. They're talking about the second date update. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. This guy, Dane, wanted us to call this girl Hillary back after their date. Didn't understand why after they had saw a movie and they were heading back to his place. She said, turn the car around. We're not going back there. Well, on the way there, he looked to her and said, what's your favorite condom? Because apparently he didn't have any protection at his house and wanted to get some. But that's a very weird way to phrase it, and it made her feel awkward, and it killed the mood, and she doesn't really want to see him again.
Good for him for using protection. We'll
Yeah.
give him that. That's a positive.
Yeah, but always take it with you, or stop at the store. Go, hey, why don't I grab a bottle of wine, some vino? Say it like that too, and then bite your lower lip after you say it. but disguise it with something else. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to grab some wine, and then you go in there, and then you just, like, clear the condom aisle out. And you come out with, like, a bag full of condoms and, like, beer. You know?
They also
Just
have
try to disguise it a little bit.
boxes where you can get like a multi-pack, so you just have some options.
Remember, if you want us to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, Brooke and Jubal at moving925.com. We will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.
We have someone on the phone for a second date who's on the rise to stardom. She's hoping soon she can influence what you eat, what you drink, what you wear, and what you wipe with.
Do we have the Charmin Bear on the phone with us?
No, I'm just saying earth-friendly toilet wipes are going to be the next big thing.
I just switched to bamboo toilet paper myself.
Did you?
Yeah.
That
You're so
sounds
rich.
painful.
It's a little scratchy.
Bamboo.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of blood on there, but it's okay. Anyway, she's hoping to become an influencer someday, and she's also hoping that we can influence the guy who's not calling her back to give her another date.
Okay.
So let's say hello to Marianne. How you doing?
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good. So what does Jeffrey mean? Are you like trying to be like an Instagram influencer, or what are you doing?
I am. I'm really active on the gram, and I just really love kind of those people who have this aspiring lifestyle and just really bring joy and comfort and happiness to other people. That's kind of what I aspire to be.
Oh,
Okay.
see, you're not petty enough to be an influencer.
That's
Yeah, no,
nice.
You need to care about your looks
She
more.
is the live, laugh, love of Instagram is
Sure.
what she is.
Well, Marianne, before we get into this, I just feel like I need to ask you, are you only doing this just to get more publicity for your page?
Oh, doing our show.
Because I don't think it would be fair if you did that and we're giving out your Instagram handle just because of that.
I won't plug my Instagram handle.
Okay.
but-
Also, Jeff, no offense. I don't know how much our show would help her out.
Yeah.
You know,
brag about
that's a fair point, but let's get into your date, Marianne. Tell us about the guy that you met. What's his name?
So his name is David.
Okay.
David.
Stop it, Jeffrey.
And
Hey.
two eyes.
Hey, you
Stop
be
it.
nice.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Did David slide into your DMs? How'd you meet him?
He did slide into my DMs. So, we're on Instagram, and he liked a handful of my pictures.
Uh-huh.
And, I kind of looked at his and liked one back.
Okay.
It's so funny how it's like a secret ritual when you're on Instagram. Like, you like a few of mine, I like one or two of yours, and then that's the opening to, like, DM me.
Yeah.
Without saying anything.
It's like a mating dance.
It is.
And that way you know it's safe to write them, because if they go back like a year and start liking all your old
yeah.
stuff, then you know.
Yeah,
Then
exactly.
that's a little creepy weird, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so funny. How
So,
you just know this.
what was David like online?
Well, he's got a decent amount of followers.
Is that important? Does that matter how many followers he
I
has?
think it does for her.
It was the first thing that she mentioned about him.
I'm sorry, I thought that's what you were asking about.
I mean, what type of guy is he? Is he an attractive guy?
Yeah, he's good looking, and it looks like he's fairly active and he likes to do things.
Okay.
She's like, oh my god, he's super ugly and lazy. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
What'd you guys do on your date?
So he actually asked me to go to Boba.
Ooh, that's so trendy.
Yeah.
And it's so Instagram friendly.
Mhm, very gram-worthy.
Well, it's just a really fun, cheery place, but it's an opportunity for us just to kind of sit down and casually get to know each other without a lot of pretense.
Okay.
Right.
So did you treat it like it was a date, or were you treating it more like a
pre-date.
business meeting?
Oh.
Honestly, I have to say both because, similarly to me, and we found this out when we were talking before we met in person, is that he wants to become an influencer as well. He doesn't have as many followers as I do, but that was definitely something that we connected with.
Sure.
Okay, so you could be like the Instagram power couple eventually.
Right. And it was kind of something we joked about, but then it was like, oh, this would actually be fun. And we were having a really good time. So we were talking about, different things that we could do and different ideas we had.
Oh, like actually working on collaborations together.
Yeah. It's when something is so close to your heart and you spend so much of your time and energy into it, it's just naturally going to come up in the conversation. So it did that for the both of us.
Wow.
Okay.
Hashtag relationship goals.
So he was like talking about, an idea to get more followers, and he wants to buy an old school bus and retrofit it for a road trip.
I've never seen that done on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah. There's a lot of accounts of fans that have done that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that, because that's kind of what I said. I was like, oh, that's a cool idea, but I've definitely seen that done on several different accounts before.
Was he put off by that you kind of like...
Well, I mean, he gave me this kind of shocked look, like I had hurt his baby, but then I was like, how much are you really on Instagram? Because that's pretty common right now.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, the date went on, we walked around the park, we took some pictures, as you would expect. It ended with a little kiss on the cheek, and we
it did.
took selfies of it.
Of course.
Wait, you took selfies of the kiss on the cheek?
I mean, you kind of have to when it's the golden hour and the sun's setting. It's like perfect.
She'll edit him out if she looks good enough.
I feel like their first time hooking up. She's like, okay, hold on, let me grab my phone.
Yeah.
It's all of our firsts.
I get that, but it feels so performance, right? It feels like a performance. It doesn't feel like a genuine moment between you two. Did you feel like it was?
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's probably because we had talked about different things we want to do, and we kind of laughed about it, of been like, I don't know, how do you want to end this date? Should we take a selfie? And so it was kind of this like fun, flirty way to end things.
Yeah. Well, and I will give you credit, like as an influencer, whether it's YouTube or TikTok or anything, you're used to having the camera out at all times. Like for food,
Absolutely.
for
It's like
everything.
how you look at the world.
So after the staged cheek kiss, how do you end the night?
We just ended the night, and I went back to my car. He went back to his car, and I had a great time, but I just haven't heard from him. The only thing I can think of is me kind of saying the bus wasn't the best idea because it had been done before, but it was such a minor thing.
Did he get into a bus and drive away at the end of the day? Because maybe that was...
Ruin the surprise.
He's like, I'm already in it.
Okay, then never mind.
As far as I know, he did not.
Well, we have some investigating to do. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. We'll call David for you.
It's David, by the way.
Oh, excuse me. It's David. We'll call David, and then we'll try and get you your second date. Okay, Marianne?
Okay, thank you.
All right, hold on. If you're just joining us, we're talking to a possible future Instagram star right now.
Yeah.
Her name's Marianne, and she met a guy named David through the gram. They went out to boba tea together, had a walk in the park, took some pics, but now he's not calling her back. And Marianne, I told you that we would not plug your Instagram on the show, but I never said we wouldn't plug our own. So Alexis's is at Alexis_Fuller.
Yes, it
Jose is at Hilarious Jose.
Yeah, baby.
Mine is at It's Young Jeffrey, REY. And Brooke's, actually, I don't follow you, Brooke. What is it?
Come on.
It's at Brooke Fox.
Two Foxes
Yeah,
in that
because
one.
remember, because I married the guy and he already had the last name Fox. It all makes
So-
sense.
Okay,
Brooke
Brooke,
Fox
you
Fox.
shouldn't have to describe your
It's
handle
my
to
maiden
people.
name.
Yeah.
with
If you want to
my-
see a lot of
Jeez.
baby pictures and like dog pictures.
No, I'm very funny sometimes too.
Very funny sometimes.
Yeah, very, very funny baby pictures on there.
Fancy
Go
you.
check out at Brooke Fox. Okay, and then, sorry, Marianne, you told us in the first part you were worried that the reason David might not be calling you is because you made a comment about his idea about a school bus. What were you saying?
He had this idea to buy like an old school bus and retrofit it, which is something that's been done a lot before.
It's very trendy, yeah.
And I just thought there was better ideas out there.
Okay.
It
and-
does still sound fun though.
It sounds like a lot of work for just a
It
photo.
does. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing though, Marianne, you guys had talked about collabing on stuff. Did you have projects like set up that you were going to work with him on? Because not only is he not calling you back for a date, he's not calling you back for that either.
Right. And so some of my ideas, I'm a little hesitant to say because I don't want somebody to steal them.
Right.
Yeah, it's your
Let's
content.
just say they're centered around travel.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Unique.
Also
sounding.
some whimsy.
I've never
Alexis.
seen that.
No, but
Don't be jealous because you haven't gone viral.
Well, Alexis is
okay?
definitely stealing
Yeah.
that idea. All right, so we're ready to call David. Are you feeling ready, Marianne?
Yes.
All right, here we
All
go.
right, let's
I'm going to
go.
dial his number. We're going to get you your second date. Here we go.
Hello?
Hey, I'm looking for David.
Yeah, this is David.
Hey, David, my name's Jeff. I work on a morning radio show called Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. What's this about?
This is about your future and what it might hold.
That's true.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about a date that you went on recently with one of our listeners.
Oh, okay. Who?
Her name's Marianne.
Okay, well, why are you calling me about it?
The reason that we're calling on her behalf is because we're doing something called a second date right now. That's where if you go out with one of our listeners and afterwards, if you're not calling them back, they can reach out to us and we'll call for them to help them figure out the reason why.
Okay.
And this is a boba tea special. Because Marianne told us that you guys went out to boba tea on your date.
I mean, yeah, we did. And yeah, I just didn't feel like we were going to go out again. So.
Oh, really?
Oh, she felt different.
Yeah, I mean, she said that you guys were even talking about like doing some collab stuff for Instagram because you're trying to be an influencer too. And did she get the wrong idea?
Well, no, I mean, no. Like the date was good, honestly.
Cool.
Hey, that's good. to
Yeah,
hear.
we got along, and yeah, I thought it was going well, but I don't know, just something happened at the end that just totally, because she, a lot of times you go out with some of these Instagram influencers, and they're kind of vapid and full of themselves, and she really wasn't like that. So I was really interested.
Okay, so you're saying it happened at the end of the date. She did tell us about a staged sunset kiss.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, I do that all the time. That doesn't bother me.
You always take selfies like that?
He sometimes kisses
Okay.
himself.
Every single sunset, he kisses someone.
I mean, that's just kind of what we do. Everything is for the public,
Yeah, you're an influencer.
Okay.
Okay, so what was it then?
So we're talking we're spitballing ideas off each other and stuff, and then she knows that this is what I want to do, and so she said that she knows somebody who could hook me up with a blue check mark for my account.
Okay.
Oh.
I will say we all got one of those. It feels good.
I don't.
Oh, sorry.
But thanks for rubbing it in.
Okay, she has an in with the Instagram people.
Yeah, which is big time, so
Yeah, it is.
That's cool.
I was awesome, that'd be great, and blah, 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 but she wouldn't tell me who it was. She didn't give me their contact. It was she bragged that she knew somebody and seemed like she was being oh, and I could get this for you. And then she didn't give me any information about it. It just seemed super uncool.
Oh.
Okay, I kind of understand.
Maybe she was gonna follow up later, or maybe
She said she's yeah, I don't know if I want to. She totally got off the subject when I asked. Completely ignored me, and then that's when the picture happened of she kind of tricked me into drawing my attention away.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe it's like a dating rule type thing where you have to wait for 3 dates till you have the blue check mark talk.
That is big to give someone on a first date.
Yeah.
I guess
it's
you're right.
also weird to not call someone back. You had an amazing date, and this girl has a hookup to a blue check mark, and she hasn't given it to you, and so you're refusing to talk to her?
I'm not I'm never going to talk to her. We texted a few times after this, but that was a super selfish thing to do, and I'm just not into that quality in a person.
It's
Selfish.
weird thinking holding a blue check mark back is selfish. The times have changed.
I've had a lot of relationship drama, but not this issue.
I mean, she can't inundate her one contact at Instagram with every dude she goes out with, you know?
It took us all forever to get ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not every dude. We connected. It felt different.
Aw.
I think you're actually connecting on more levels than you even realize, David.
point.
Yeah, he's right.
In fact, you're connecting to her right now,
Yeah.
specifically her phone line, because she's been listening this entire phone conversation, and she wants to talk to you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Hi, David.
Uh-oh.
It's Marianne. Hi.
Yeah. You've been listening this whole time. Cool.
Well, when you're we texted a few times back and forth, when I say, hi, how's your day? And your response is, hi, I don't know if that really counts.
Oh, ouch.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't have all the time in the world to write you a freaking novel every time you text me. I was just trying to be nice.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I was, in regard to the blue check mark, I wasn't intentionally dangling it in front of you like a carrot. I was just saying, things move forward. There's the possibility of this. And that was more I think of the business side rather than the potential relationship side. So it seems kind of sucky that you made that decision that like nothing's going to move forward because I didn't further your Instagram account.
It kind of sounds like a bribe to me.
What?
Yeah.
Or almost a checkmark tease.
That's kind of smart if it is, though.
But I think she's right on. Like, if you were in a business relationship with somebody, you wouldn't, on the first time you met them, give them all of your secrets and goods, you know?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure Brooke slept with the guy to get us check marks.
I did not.
I mean, she's like talking about it. Like, we didn't have this like long, it's not like I walked up to her on the street and was like, yo, hook me up with a blue check mark. And like, I have been at this for a long time. Like, I've got over 25,000 followers. And by the way, unlike you, they're all real people. Like, check.
Oh,
wow.
wait a minute. What does that mean?
That hurt.
Hold on, you're a fraud?
Who are you talking to in this? Are you talking to one of us or are you talking to
Brooke, did you buy our
Marianne?
check marks?
No, I'm talking to Marianne. You know,
Wait, I hold on a second. You sat there and went through every one of my 50,000 followers to find out if they're real.
Oh, I hate when people buy fake followers.
Wait,
I mean, it is really obvious when you have fake followers.
You get like 100 likes.
Totally, and they're
Like,
all Russian names.
Yeah.
Marianne.
With a lot of
What?
like underscores.
Are you saying it's not true or is he right?
I bought followers when I first started because I wanted to move things forward, but it's not something that I have done in like 2 years.
Oh.
Dude, I will say I have worked with people who have done the same thing. Okay?
Really?
And like
Right.
put a lot of money into it because they think that that's how they're going to look important.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. The whole point is to be authentic on there, to have a real authentic persona,
Yeah.
and you were just totally fake. From the beginning,
Okay,
totally
so
fake.
if the bot brought other people in, they don't have to stay following my account if they don't like it, but they've managed to stay.
I mean, I guess she's right.
I could argue either side, but I
Me
think
too.
we're really getting away from the part of you guys had like some romantic connection.
No, I'm
I'm-
kind of interested in this
I know.
part.
I'm
Yeah.
living for the gram drama.
Come on.
Petty. This
Don't
is
we want
petty.
to date? Like, can you guys get past this? Can you put this in your past?
Yes, Brooke.
No, I mean, it's not only a no for me, but like now I'm seriously thinking about reporting her to Instagram for having all these fake followers.
No, bro.
Oh.
Don't get her account shut down after years of work. That could happen.
Will they do that if you have fake followers?
I think there
Oh,
were
shoot.
people they did a purge like years
I gotta
ago.
go report some people.
Oh, don't you get petty on us, Brooke.
You can go ahead and do whatever you want. Like I said before, I already have ins with Instagram.
Oh, that's right. Her friend works there.
Oh, that's what she has the hookup.
Oh.
You're never getting a blue check mark, David.
No, you just
Oh my
got
God.
Oh man, I cannot wait to watch the reaction video on my own Instagram later. At It's Young Jeffrey. Make sure you follow. Only real followers. Thank you.
That's why we're so cute.
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
the real deal.
Your content stuff.
Hashtag Graham Life.
We gotta do a collab.
yeah, that's-
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I really want to help this dude out who's on the phone for the second date update today, except he won't tell me the complete story of what happened on his date.
No. And it's rare you actually want to help somebody.
Yeah, true. Both. Weird things. He left in the middle of his date to deal with something. And that's where he's being vague. He won't tell me exactly what it is. Jimmy, how you doing, man?
Hey, what's up?
Why don't you tell everybody what happened on your date? Like, you left at some point for what?
I left because I have a bit of a medical issue, and I had to sort of go and deal with it.
So when you say you left in the middle of the date, you got up and just left.
Well, no, it's not like I just like got up and walked away. Like I excused myself. I told her I had to go and deal with this thing, and I went outside.
You can't give me a clue at all what the medical issue you had to leave your date in the middle of was for?
No, I really want to keep that private.
Did you give Marissa more information than we're getting right now?
Yeah, I explained the situation to her, and she seemed cool with it initially. But when I came back, I don't know, her energy was different, you know. I tried to get things going again, you know, sparked a conversation, but it's just like we weren't clicking, you know.
And how was the date going up into the... Like, tell us a little bit about what you guys did before you excused yourself for...
Well, up till then, actually, the date was good. I'm born and raised in Seattle, but she just moved here. So I decided that I would show her some stuff that she hasn't done in Seattle yet. So I know it's going to sound kind of lame, but we rode the monorail.
Okay, so like touristy stuff.
Yeah, so you rode 2 blocks on the monorail, and then you had a whole afternoon to kill after that, right? So,
I know. It's just something like everybody's got to do it once, And it was great. It was a nice time. And then we went and we had sushi.
okay, and that's when your medical issue came up and you had to excuse yourself.
Yeah.
How long were you gone dealing with whatever your medical issue was?
It was a while. It was like 10 minutes, maybe 15.
Okay.
10, 15 minutes, okay.
Do you think that she believed you when you said medical issue, or do you think she thought you were lying and doing something else?
At first, I thought she was cool with it, but when I got back, I don't know, she seemed kind of pissed off. And so it made me think that maybe she thought I was lying to her or something like that. I don't know.
All right, and then how did the date end with you guys?
We left the restaurant, and then we each got separate cabs. I gave her a hug, and that was about it. And I said, I had a good time, and we should do this again. And she said to text her, and so I have been, but she's not responding.
Nothing. Okay, and how many times have you tried texting her since your date?
About 4 or 5 times.
Okay. So you think it's probably the medical issue thing?
I don't know. Either she doesn't believe me, or it freaked her out, or I don't know. I really don't know.
Since you won't tell us what it is, let me ask you: is it something that would gross her out? I mean, you got to give me a little bit.
It's just that it's a private issue, and I just don't really want to say anything about it. Like, I know it's weird because I'm talking to you on the radio and I'm talking to you. It's just, I don't know.
I guess what I'm trying to say is it a normal medical issue where someone would hear something about it and be like, okay, that's understandable? Or did you go like, oh, herpes are flaring up, I'll be right back?
Please the herpes.
That would definitely mean you're not going to get a call back.
Yeah.
No, I can promise you it's not herpes.
Now, if we get her on the phone and she tells us what it is, are you going to be upset?
Well, I don't really want her to say.
Okay.
I'm hoping she'll respect my privacy, but yeah.
Who knows, right?
Well, if it's embarrassing enough,
she'll probably say something. If it's embarrassing enough, you know how the second date updates work. Well, we'll play a song, come back, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date update, all right?
All right, cool.
92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Before we make the phone call for Jimmy, who's on the phone right now for a second date update. Jimmy, I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are you an arms dealer?
Uh-oh.
Or perhaps an international drug kingpin?
No.
All right. I'm just making sure. Because he's very mysterious. Very mysterious. If you listen to the first part of the second date update, Jimmy met a girl named Marissa online. They had a pretty normal date. Nothing of note, except for the fact that he left in the middle of it to deal with a medical issue. He won't tell us what the medical issue is. So I'm assuming he was outside in the parking lot selling arms to our enemies.
That's the natural conclusion.
For at least like 15 minutes. Or drugs. I'm not sure which one, Jimmy. I'll figure you out, though.
All right, man. Whatever.
All right. I'll find you out. I smell a rat.
I'm on to you.
Yeah. So, and again, you were gone from the date for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, like about 15 minutes.
All right. And when you came back, that's the point where she seemed like she was ready to end the date and go home.
Yeah, she seemed pretty cold and like not into it anymore.
All right. Well, we'll dial the number. Hope she answers the phone. And if she does, maybe we can get your second date update. All right. You ready?
Yeah, cool. Let's go.
Here we go, man.
Hello?
Hi, is Marissa there?
Yeah, this is her.
Hello, Marissa. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show. Yeah, you are definitely a listener. Do you have a few seconds to talk to us?
I'm sorry, why are you guys... What is this? Why are you guys calling me?
I'm calling you because a listener of ours sent us an email about you.
Really?
Yeah, and they asked me to give you a call.
Okay.
His name is Jimmy, and you went out on a date with him recently.
Oh, no.
Okay, so you remember Jimmy.
Oh, God, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. All right. It sounds like you didn't have a fun time. It sounds like you didn't have a fun time with Jimmy. Jimmy had a great time with you. The reason that I'm calling is he'd love to see you again, but you're not responding to any of his text messages. Judging from your reaction right there, you definitely aren't doing that on accident.
Nope, that's on purpose.
Okay. Is there something that Jimmy did to make you not like him?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Is it the fact that he left in the middle of your date to take care of some sort of medical issue that he won't tell us what the medical issue is, but he described your date to us and said that everything went well until that moment where he got up, left, and came back 15 minutes later, and then you seemed kind of cold and upset.
He told you all of that?
Yep. But he said that he really likes you and would love to see you again. And if he can't see you again, he'd love to know why.
Wow. Okay.
Do you mind telling us what the issue is?
What, his medical issue?
Sure, I'd love to know. He won't tell me.
Yeah, we're dying.
If you want to tell us that, that's fine.
No.
Well, he never actually told me what the medical condition is, so I can't really help you with that.
Damn.
That's
All
good.
He wouldn't
Respect the man's privacy.
I know, I want to know. He wouldn't tell us either. Is that it, though? I'm assuming that's what happened.
I mean, we were having dinner, and I was telling him this story, and all of a sudden, he got really quiet and stopped eating.
Okay.
And I could kind of tell that he wasn't really listening to my story, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So he tells me, he's like, so, hey, I haven't told you this, but I have this, like, medical condition, and I need to leave. So I'll be right back. And I was like, okay. And he actually left the restaurant. He walked right out of the restaurant. And I was like, oh, my God, he's ditching me, you know?
Yeah, he told us he went outside. But again, he wouldn't tell us what the issue was either.
Yeah. So I told my waiter, listen, I'm not dining and dashing, but I'm going to leave my purse right here. My date just left, and I need you to find out where he is. So I went outside, and I was searching just everywhere for him, and I finally went around the corner, and there was like this alleyway, and I looked down the alley, and he's sitting there with a homeless guy smoking pot.
What?
Wait, what?
And I don't think he saw me, so I went back into the restaurant.
So he took a weed break in the middle of your date.
Yeah, and I was just like, this is the rudest thing that anyone's ever done to me. I mean,
And he
can't you wait till later?
He was smoking it with some homeless dude?
Yeah, he like bummed it from a homeless guy.
It's weird. Like, it's almost like if he passed by, the guy was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
I can't listen to this date anymore. I got to get outside and smoke with this dude real quick. Is that what it felt like to you?
I was shocked. You know, it was the first date, and my date had gone and smoked pot in the middle of it. I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. I was like, who does that?
Yeah. He could have at least invited you, right, Marissa?
Oh, come on. Marissa, I've been turned off in the past when a guy has gone out and taken a cigarette break. So, I mean, I can sympathize with you on that. Do you feel like he lied to you?
I don't care. Honestly, I just don't care. I just never want to see him again.
Marissa, if you could say anything to Jimmy right now, what would you say to him?
Stop texting me.
Stop texting me. Okay. I would like you now to say that to Jimmy because he's actually on the other line listening.
Shut up.
Hey, Marissa.
Oh, my God. Are you serious?
Yeah.
How's it going?
What are you doing?
Jimmy, did you leave your date to go smoke weed with a homeless dude?
Okay, I did.
Nice.
But it is connected to a medical condition, and I didn't want to say anything, but
Are you stoned right now, Jimmy?
no, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
So you smoke medical marijuana for a legit medical reason?
Yeah, I have anxiety.
Wait.
And so that's what happened that night is she was talking to me, and I started to have like a panic attack in the middle of the conversation, and I had to go because I was getting like all sweaty, and I was like, I gotta go.
Okay, well, who's the homeless guy that you're smoking it with?
Yeah.
How does he fit in?
I don't know. He was actually really cool. And he asked what was up, and I gave him a toke, and he was like, you know, dude, what are you doing? You got to get back in there before she walks out on you. And I'm like, oh, my God, you're right.
Well, is Marissa even on the phone? Marissa, are you there still?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I thought you had hung up. So what do you think of Jimmy's story?
Jimmy, you could have at least just told me what you were doing. I would have understood, if that's what you needed to go do. Instead, you just, I had no idea if you were even going to come back.
In hindsight, you're right. I was just, in full panic, though, and I didn't know what to do because I really liked you, and I think that kind of made me nervous. And I'm sorry.
Well, lesson learned for the next date you go on, if there is ever one.
Oh, that sounds like you don't want to go out with him again, Marissa.
Come on.
No, I don't trust him.
I'll pay for a second date. Will you go out with Jimmy one more time? We'll pay for it.
No, it's not happening.
Weed and everything.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'll pay for it all.
You can get in on the action
Yeah.
this time, too.
There's no way I can get you to go out with Jimmy again?
Yeah, I'm just not a guy to leave in the middle of a first date to go smoke with the homeless.
Weird. I guess there's one girl out there who doesn't like that.
Dude, I learned a lesson today.
Yeah. Sorry, Jimmy.
Oh, well. Hey, you guys want to, hang out sometime?
No, dude, I'm not hitting off a homeless guy's pipe.
Hey, I'm there, bro. Hit me up.
Oh, gosh.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
I don't even think the guy that's on the phone to do a second date update today should even want to get a hold of this girl that he wants us to call.
Why?
Well, his email said that she turned down free pizza. And anybody who turns down free pizza, in my opinion, is a communist.
Whoa!
That's right. Not even worth your time at all. Daryl, are you sure you still want to call this girl?
Yeah, I'm
All right.
still sure.
You realize she turned down delicious pizza, right?
I do realize that. Yeah.
Sounds like you want to kick her out of the country as
Damn
well.
it, Daryl, I hate her so much. Tell us her name, first of all. What is her name?
Monica.
And how did you meet Monica?
We actually met on Tinder,
Oh.
Nice.
and I thought she was really cute, and we were chatting back and forth, and I thought everything was going great, and so I asked her out to dinner.
And you
Yeah.
guys went to dinner? Did you go to pizza?
No.
Oh.
No.
Sorry. Didn't mean to bring up that sore subject again.
Jesus.
It's okay. We actually ended up going to a bar because she said that she already had eaten, and she suggested, why don't we just get some drinks? So that's what we did. We went to a bar, we grabbed some drinks.
I always think it's smarter to go straight to drinks on a first date. It's not as involved.
You loosen up. Right
Yeah,
away.
you loosen up, and you can bail after one drink if it turns out the whole situation's bad.
Yeah, that's true. The only issue was that I hadn't eaten anything,
So you got super hammered?
Oh, no.
but it was going so well, though. We were telling stories, but then I realized I was getting really tipsy, and I kind of got a little drunk, and I have no idea how I was coming off. So I'm thinking I got to get some food in me. So I suggested, well, why don't we come back to my place? We can just get a pizza and hang out some more there. And
That's what she dropped the hammer on you, huh?
right, yeah, she said no.
Turn down free pizza at your place. I am so fired up about this, Daryl. Do you think that she turned down the offer for free pizza because it was at your place?
Yeah.
And you didn't say, let's go to a place where they have pizza at a restaurant?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. I'm hoping she didn't get the wrong message, but she helped me flag down a cab.
Well, that was nice.
Were you that drunk?
Well, I couldn't drive.
Yeah, but for her to help you flag down a cab, sounds like you were falling down and she had to drag you out there and help you get in a car.
Well, no, not exactly. It was. I was conscious, but I just.
Were you able to walk straight, Daryl?
I think so.
If we were to ask your friends, would they say you have a really bad history with drunk behavior? Do you get ridiculous? Do you take your pants off in public like Jubal?
No, nothing like that. I had no food in me at all.
How much of the date do you remember? Do you remember all of your conversations? Because you say you don't know how you came off.
Earlier on, I remember everything, and just I'm remembering pieces of it. I remember flagging down the cab and everything.
And I remember when she said no to the pizza.
Yeah, who wouldn't? Who would forget that?
Daryl, was there a chemistry, like, were things really honestly going really well before you got wasted that you remember?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Things were going really well. We were connecting, and she loved my stories, everything we're talking back and forth.
When I'm drunk, I think I'm telling great stories
Yeah,
there, too.
me too. I had a drunk guy the other night at a comedy show tell me the same story 3 times in a row.
It was like,
ridiculous.
I'm killing it.
Yeah, and he thought he was doing a great job. Well, obviously, you've tried to get a hold of her to go out again. Has she responded at all?
Well, I texted her that night saying sorry for being so tipsy and thanking her. And she actually texted me right back. She, LOL'd and says no problem.
Okay.
But since then, I haven't been able to get a hold of her at all.
You haven't heard anything from her?
Really?
No.
Okay, well, we'll play a song, come back, see if we can get this pizza-hating Nazi on the phone, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Daryl is on the phone with us right now. He wants us to call a girl named Monica today. Daryl admittedly got a little too drunk on his first date with Monica. The only thing he really remembers is them having good conversation while they were out having drinks, and then him inviting her back to his place to have some pizza because he hadn't had anything to eat yet, and her saying no, and then helping him get into a cab.
Yeah.
Daryl, I'm actually really excited for your second date update because it's kind of like Christmas morning for me. It's kind of like unwrapping a present to see what the hell you did when you were drunk. Every time after a night of drinking, you always wonder what exactly happened. Even if you remember everything going right, you're still like, I don't know, though. Something could have gone wrong, and you don't know until you actually talk to the person who was around you sober, and they can tell you if you did something weird.
It's like a fun case of amnesia.
Yeah. Are you ready to find out if you did something wrong?
I am, yeah.
Do you think that there's a possibility you could have, or do you think maybe she just couldn't be turned off by the fact that you got so drunk on your first date?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. I'd like to just ask her if we could go on like a legit date and get some dinner and present myself as I truly am.
Before we make this phone call, do you need to take a shot of something to get your courage up?
No, I'm not going to do that.
All right, I'll call it right now. Here we go, man.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Monica, please?
Speaking.
Monica, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay, how can I help you?
Do you know who this is?
Some type of a business? I guess, I don't know.
Yes, it is, sort of. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5 radio show.
Okay.
I'm calling you, Monica, because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners.
Okay.
And he emailed our show asking if we could get you on the phone to find out why you won't call him back for a second date.
Who are we talking about?
His name is Daryl.
God.
He says that you guys went out and had a few drinks together. He maybe had more than a few drinks. And the last thing he remembers is you helping him get into a cab.
Well, okay, yeah, that's what happened.
Okay. And he says that he's been trying to get a hold of you because he'd love to see you again, but you have not been returning any of his texts or phone calls. That's why we're calling you. We're asking if he did something wrong on the date, and you don't want to see him again.
Well, yeah, honestly, guys, I really don't have time to talk about, like, the worst dates of my life.
Whoa, wow, the worst date of your life. Can you just give us a little bit of information?
I mean, he said some stuff that I just can't get out of my mind, and that just let me know he's not for me.
Monica, do you have a few minutes to just tell us what he said so that we can tell him not to ever do that again to another female?
Yeah.
Okay. We were having drinks. We were bantering back and forth. We were telling stories about, our worst dates and things like that on Tinder. And it kind of turned into like a one-up thing, So I would say something and tell him about the guy that, tried to grope my butt. And then he would say something. And then I would go back. And I said one thing, and he told me something that is just disgusting. He told me that he had chlamydia.
What?
How did he get chlamydia?
He told you like he currently has chlamydia?
Oh. And not only that, he said he's had it like 3 times.
Wow.
Like, was it like a confession, or was it like he's trying?
Three different times.
Oh, no.
How did that come up? Did he just spit it out like that?
It was really weird. I think the alcohol had him, being a little bit more honest than he wanted to. So, he was telling me, and I told my story, and then he said, since he's been on Tinder, he's gotten chlamydia 3 times.
Oh, wow. All right, Monica.
That's awful.
Hey, completely understandable why you aren't calling him back and maybe don't want to see him again.
I can't get out of that one.
Yeah, once you tell somebody you have an STD on a first date, usually it doesn't end up very well.
Unless they've got it too. Really.
No wonder she said no to going home to pizza.
Yeah.
It was really weird because, I asked, I said, like, who still has sex without condoms, like in today's date? Who does that? And he said that he got a vasectomy so he could have sex and it would feel better. So he would rather have a disease than have kids.
And he also opened up to you that he had a vasectomy.
Oh, wow.
Monica, if you could say one thing to Daryl to help him date better, what would it be?
First, don't lead with that you've had chlamydia 3 times. Like, that's not okay on the first date. And then secondly, just slow your roll. Like, calm down.
Monica, you kind of already just told him that because Daryl is actually on the phone listening.
Listen, I don't remember saying that to you, okay? I just want to move forward with this, and whatever happens in our past is in the past.
Whoa. Slow down. We are moving forward. As soon as I put you in the cab, you move forward from my life.
Just pretend I didn't say that, and I just want to move forward. I don't care what happens in your past. You don't have to tell me everything. I didn't mean to. I don't remember.
Are you serious? Are you out of your mind? Are you really trying to have a future with me when you've already admitted to having chlamydia 3 times?
All I'm saying is there's more to me than you know.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to have a legit date.
Like other STDs?
Oh my gosh, Daryl.
I'm so sorry that you think that this is going to go any further. I have to be completely honest with you. You're the reason I'm off Tinder to begin with. So I'm over it.
You dropped Tinder after this date?
I'm completely done with it. Like, he was the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. He was like the stamp that closed everything up for me.
Daryl, why would you be so open about that?
I had an empty stomach.
Excuse, Daryl.
Yeah, that stomach is ruining your life, man. It's making you get drunk on first dates. It's making you get chlamydia, all kinds of stuff. Monica, would you like to go out on a second date with Daryl? We will pay for
I
it.
think that I am very secure in my answer and saying hell no.
Yeah.
All right. Daryl, there you go, man. That's your answer. I'm sorry. No second date for you.
Yeah, all right.
Daryl, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, I mean, I know you're not technically okay, but I mean, mentally, are you all right?
Oh.
Yeah, I'll survive.
Are you gonna?
Thanks, guys.
I mean, you realize that telling somebody that you have an STD on a first date could be a turnoff, right?
Yeah.
You sound kind of shocked still.
I realize that, but at least I don't have herpes.
Good point. You got something that can go away with some penicillin or whatever. You know what? I think we can all say that today.
Yeah.
At least we don't have herpes.
It's all about perspective.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Baby, I'm playing on you tonight. Hunt you down, eat you alive.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
In my opinion, it's always a good date when the possibility of handcuffs getting whipped out comes into play.
On a first date. Wow.
But not everybody feels that way. Like Frank, who's on the phone for a second date update right now. What's up, Frank?
Hey, guys, what's up?
Not much. So you almost got the handcuffs put on you, huh? On a first date. That's what I like to hear.
It's like Freaky Frank already, right?
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of fun, Frank, in your email about your date, but I guess it wasn't?
Yeah, it wasn't what I would love to exactly have, but that's how it goes.
You sound awkward just even saying that.
Yeah.
It just wasn't one of my proudest moments, really.
Before we get into that, tell us a little bit about the girl that you want to call today. What's her name?
Her name's Jenna.
Jenna. And how did you meet Jenna?
We met through some mutual friends, just at a party, and we were both hanging out, and there seemed to be a little bit of a clicking. You know what I mean?
Okay. So did you know immediately that you wanted to ask her out?
Oh, definitely. She was hilarious.
Oh, awesome.
I love that she was just had a great sense of humor, and she had an awesome smile, and she had this really cute mole. It was between her left eye and her nose. And
Cute mole, huh?
it's going to sound a little normally I'm not really into moles at all. They kind of weird me out, but he was rocking it. You know what I mean? There's something about it that was super...
Something sexy about a girl who's not scared to rock her mole. I agree with you on that one, Frank.
It was like a sexy mole. So,
Obviously worked because you guys went out on a date, right? Yeah. Tell us about the date.
Well, I love indie films, so I asked her to see this indie film that my friend actually worked on. He was a cinematographer on it, and he was just super talented, and I just wanted to go support.
So how was the movie?
It was, I thought it was good. At one point, I was kind of nervous, too, because I had French onion soup at lunch, and I was I didn't have a chance to brush my teeth, so I was worried, I don't know, if I had bad breath or something. But
all those onions.
she leaned in at some point, so I felt okay, this is going great,
She leaned in to kiss you during the film?
Just to be closer, I think, just kind of lean up against me, but it was just I think she was just trying to get closer.
Right. Okay. And you didn't try to kiss her at that point?
I didn't kiss her, but I was thinking, all right, this is we're going to get a kiss at the end of the night, you know?
Yeah, it's a good romantic move there.
Did you get a kiss at the end of things?
No. Here's what happened after that. So the movie got out, and then, we're driving, and I ended up getting pulled over, and I guess my taillight was out or something. That's what the cops said, and I was just talking my way out of it just because I already have 2 tickets, and I just, I don't want to jack up my insurance.
Yeah. Right.
So, so I thought I was a pretty smooth talker, and it seemed to be okay, and it just felt different after for some reason.
After you got pulled over?
Yeah, when I got back in the car, and I was that was weird, and she, she kind of didn't really, wasn't laughing I thought she would have or something.
Wait, they had you out of the car?
Yeah, that's my question, too. That's extreme.
Yeah, I got out of the car to talk to the cop because I just didn't want her to hear, anything was going on, and
I thought it was a lot worse, the cop said, get out of the car, that kind of thing.
Gun drawn.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that, dramatic.
Wait a minute, though. Why didn't you want her to hear?
I don't know. When I'm on a first date with someone, I don't want exactly for them to hear that it's oh, this isn't my first ticket. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
I don't want her to think I'm some irresponsible guy getting tickets all the time,
Okay.
And so what happened when you guys actually got back to her house and you said goodnight?
So I drove her back to her place, and, I'm thinking I'm still going to get a kiss, by the end of the night. And I took her to her door, and she's just no, sorry, just not feeling it. And I'm oh, okay.
Oh, wait, so you went in for a kiss, and she denied you?
Yeah, she's just sorry, it was just weird. It just was kind of cut off.
All right.
And I asked her, I was can I call you? And she's she was just really vague. She's okay. But it didn't feel like she was super interested.
Not absolutely call me, just, okay, sure, I guess.
Yeah, she was yeah, exactly. She's all right, yeah, whatever.
Sure. I wonder what could have happened from the time you went to talk to the cop to getting back into the car that would have made her seem so cold.
I don't know, I have this weird theory that maybe she dated that cop or something.
What?
I don't know, I just was thinking
You've just been sitting on this, making up stories since you went on your date of things that could have possibly been wrong, right?
I don't know, because I can't figure it out. It was why would you suddenly just not want to talk or not even accept my kiss?
That is reading deep, sir.
Well, I don't know, I thought I was thinking that. I was thinking is it my breath? Was it the French onion soup?
The breath?
All kinds of things.
Slept with the police officer.
Have you tried to call her since the date? Have you tried to reach out to her?
Yeah, and just nothing.
Nothing at all?
Hasn't. Yeah.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
All right, cool.
Okay, hang on, man.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
I'm actually really surprised that the guy on the phone to do a second date update today isn't getting a call back because he's a bad boy.
Oh.
That's right. If you missed the first part of today's second date update, Frank is on the phone and he wants to call a girl named Jenna. And on their first date, he got pulled over, got into a physical altercation with a cop, and then took them on a high-speed chase down the freeway, which eventually ended in the car rolling over 6 times before he was taken into custody.
God, his story has gotten a lot better in the last couple minutes since the last time we talked to him.
Actually, he got pulled over after they went to the movies and then talked his way out of a ticket.
Yeah.
And then after he talked his way out of the ticket, when he got back in the car, she was very awkward and was hardly talking to him. At the end of the night, when he dropped her off, he went in for a kiss. She said no. And then he asked if he could call her again. She said, okay. And then he called her again and hasn't heard a thing. Frank?
Hey, guys.
It would have sounded cooler if you would have done all those things that I said you did, by the way.
Yeah, I guess. But, I did something.
Hey, next time.
At least I did something.
Yeah. We live to date again. The next date you go on, high-speed chase. Gets him every time.
The cop.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh, Frank.
All right, buddy, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you guys give out such good advice.
Really do.
I mean,
All right, man. I'm going to dial her phone number right now, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, I was looking for Jenna.
Hi, this is Jenna.
Hey, Jenna. What's going on?
Not much. May I ask who's calling?
Sure.
are you going to answer her?
I don't know. I mean, you can ask.
Oh, you're waiting.
Would you like to know who it is?
Who's calling me? What's going on?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Are you serious?
Yeah. How are you?
Fine. Why are you calling me?
I'm calling you because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you. His name is Frank.
What?
Yeah. His name is Frank, and you guys recently went to a movie together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Frank told us that after your date, he's been trying to get a hold of you because he would like to see you again, and you haven't been responding to any of his phone calls or text messages or anything.
Oh, my gosh.
So Frank asked us if we could call you and find out why you don't want to see him again.
There's no way that this is real.
No, this is 100% real. It's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update. Frank wants to know why you're not answering the phone.
Oh, my gosh.
So are you laughing at the fact that a radio station is calling you, or just the thought of Frank?
Just that he isn't taking me not calling him back and he's having you guys call me? That's very funny.
Well, I think he knows that you've blown him off. Now he just wants to know why, so he figured we could maybe find that out. Do you mind telling us a little bit about your date?
Well, I mean, my date wasn't great, but I don't want to, talk behind his back, especially on the radio.
Yeah, but it's really not behind his back if you think about it. He's the one that asked us to make this phone call. It's not like we're doing it out of the blue.
Yeah. Well, maybe don't tell him this exact version, but I just can't go out with a guy that I don't respect.
Whoa, that got more serious than I expected it to. I thought you were going to say he's got a weird haircut or something.
Why don't you respect him?
I mean, I don't know how much he told you about the date.
Okay, he told us that he took you to a movie, and then there was an awkward moment when he got pulled over for having a brake light out or something. And then he talked to the cop, got out of the ticket, and when he got back in the car, he said that you were very cold to him. And then you wouldn't kiss him when he dropped you off, and then he said that you haven't answered his phone calls. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
That's a lot, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you his theory on why he thinks you're not calling him back?
Sure.
Because I guess he's been racking his brain for reasons, and he was thinking that maybe the cop that pulled you guys over was somebody that you used to date.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so extreme.
So you're laughing at that. I'm guessing that's not the case. You didn't date that cop?
No, I did not.
Oh,
He just can't figure it out because according to him, everything was great until he got pulled over, and then after that, you were weird.
Well, he thinks I didn't see what he did, but I saw it.
What did he do?
So we get pulled over. He immediately gets out of the car. I'm like, what are you doing? Stay in the car. The cop's freaking out. He's telling him to get back in the car.
Really?
Yeah, and then he starts, like, crying to the cop to get out of it.
Like tears?
Yes, he's, like, blubbering. He's like, please, officer, I'm on a date, and I have all these other tickets, and I just really need a break today. It was insane.
I'm picturing a huge scene, like the cop with his gun drawn and him sobbing.
No, I mean, it wasn't that dramatic, but they just, like, went to the back of the car and, you know, apparently thought I couldn't hear anything, but I heard everything.
So was he, I mean, maybe he was legitimately crying. Some people get really scared and nervous when they get pulled over.
No, because then he gets back in the car and he's all bragging to me like, well, I really, you know, smoothed my way through that, really talked my way out of that one. How impressive is this?
So
you know?
He was telling you that when he didn't think that you heard he was crying?
Yeah.
Was he still in tears when he got in the car?
No, I mean, he, like, you know, wiped away his eyes, but he was totally, you know, all, like, smooth soccer, like, look what I just did.
Why didn't you just call him out on it?
I don't know why I didn't in the moment, but in my mind, the whole time I'm thinking, did you just really cry to get out of the ticket?
The cop was even like, this is awkward.
Yeah.
I got to get out of here.
It worked. He didn't get a ticket. I think it's a great move.
Well, yeah, he didn't get a ticket, but he also didn't get a chance to go out with me again.
Well, thank you for telling us your story, Jenna. I do also want to tell you, I hope that he's not crying right now, but Frank is actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Frank?
Yeah.
Wow, Frank.
Oh, my God.
Is what Jenna says true?
You thought I was crying. I mean, are you a moron? Like, it was fake. I just
Excuse
tried
me?
to get out of the ticket. It's called acting. You know what I mean?
Did you just call me a moron? I just told them what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah, I did.
Are you... Okay, well, now not only are you sad and pathetic, but you're also rude.
Well, what was I supposed to do? You were like, you know, we get pulled over for like nothing. You're doing nothing to help. You're like freaking out like it's like an earthquake or something.
Whoa.
And, you know, I was
What kind of man are you? You can't even handle getting a ticket. You just speak to the officer, you explain the situation. It's not that hard to do.
Yeah, well, you know, you could have like gotten out or done something like, hey, you know, show them some cleavage, you know. And
What? Are you kidding me? Frank!
Yeah, that is the least you could have done, you know, like just show them boobs. Then I wouldn't have had to be, like get out of it.
So
Did
you're
you
blaming
just say that?
you're blaming her for you getting out of the car and crying to the cop to try to get out of a ticket.
And you're suggesting that I flashed this cop? Are you kidding me?
All she was doing was just panicking the whole time. She was just freaking out the whole time, and she
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
"Oh
Okay.
my God!"
I wasn't freaking out. I was just sitting there like anyone would do when they get a ticket. You were the one who was totally freaking out.
Yeah, no, I was the one who handled it.
Handled it like a
you know, it's like
16-year-old girl.
you know what? I was proud of myself, and you should be proud that someone handled the situation.
I didn't know what to do. You're sitting there wailing to this poor cop about how you've got all these other tickets and you're on a date, and how can I possibly respect you when you get back in the car?
Jenna, you're obviously not used to going out with a real man.
Frank, are you just really embarrassed? Is that why you're being so aggressive?
No. Jenna said I was crying. I was not crying. I was fake crying. Okay? There's like a major difference.
Oh.
Hey, Jenna, I would love to ask if you guys would like to go on a second date. Jenna, would you like to go out with Frank again? We'll pay for it.
No.
Oh, what are you talking about, Jenna? What good are you if you can't use your boobs properly?
You know what? I thought you were cool. You know, like we laughed about the Ghostbusters and like laughed our tails off, and you're just like, you know, have no respect for someone taking care of a situation and handling it like a real man does fake cry.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for years.
Right.
A real man will fake cry to get his way out of things. Like anytime anybody's been
much.
aggressive with me, wanted to fight in a bar or something like that, I cry and I run out. And that's what real men
You
do.
want to handle this like real
Yeah,
men?
pretty much it.
So that's a no,
Oh, my
Jenna, no
God.
second date with Frank?
No, and good luck to him finding someone who will.
Sorry, Frank.
You know, Jenna, that's fine. I don't care, because if I had to do it again, I would fake cry to another cop, whatever I have to do.
All right, well, it wasn't a successful second date for you, Frank, but you did help us learn a lesson today. That fake crying is the manly way to get out of things. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, why can't I find a guy like that? I love a fake crier. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Frank took Jenna to the movies, and Frank admitted that afterwards he was pulled over by the police, but managed to talk his way out of the ticket. But he was confused why Jenna wasn't returning any of his calls. We called Jenna, and she told us Frank got out of the ticket by crying to the police officer. Not by anything else, just crying. Frank defended himself, saying that he faked it and thought she should be proud of him for handling the situation. And actually, real men fake cry. That's what he said. He's a real man and he fake cries.
I think he really cried and he's too embarrassed to admit it, which he shouldn't be. That's a stressful situation.
Jenna decided not to go out with him again. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, email the show and we will call the person that didn't call you back. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
One of the secrets in dating is if you have a bad date, never accept blame for anything. Any good relationship expert will tell you always pass the blame, never accept responsibility for your own actions.
God,
you can blame the food, you can blame the weather, you could do what Victor, who's on the phone for a second date update, did, and you can blame your boss for ruining your date. All sorts of people that you can blame for screwing up your date. What's up, Victor? How are you?
Hey, guys. I'm good. How are you?
Victor,
Pretty good.
why are you playing the blame game, man?
Well, I take responsibility for a couple of things, but, I feel like I did everything right as much as I could have, given the circumstances.
Really?
Tell us before you get into your actual date. Tell us about the girl you want to call today. What's her name?
Her name's Zoe.
Zoe. All right. And where did you meet Zoe?
We met through a friend of a friend.
Okay. That's exciting. How did you feel when you first saw her?
I mean, she was super cute. Just kind of radiated a little bit. I was pretty impressed. She looked a lot better in person than she did in the picture, and so
that's always a bonus. And I hope you told her that. I hope you told her that she looks better in person than she does in pictures, and tell her to stop taking pictures.
I couldn't tell her that. I didn't tell her that. I just after a few seconds of meeting her, I had to actually excuse myself.
Really?
Oh, really?
Why?
And that's kind of where my boss comes in. He had kept me about like 10 to 15 minutes later than I had expected, so I was late for the date. So in order to get there, I had to run, and in doing so, worked up a bit of a sweat, and kind of got a little bit of a stank to me by the time I actually got to the restaurant.
So wait, did you like sit down and then realize your own smell and then have to excuse yourself?
No, I mean, I could, as soon as I like closed the door to the restaurant, when you're like, you kind of go from inside to outside, and like all of a sudden just like, you could tell.
You wafted. It was a wafting smell.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a stink pocket.
So is that why you think she's not calling you back, because she noticed the funk coming from you?
I don't know that she noticed the funk. I went over to the table and just said, hey, I'm here. I'm sorry. I just got to go run and hit the bathroom real quick. And when I did, all I had on me was a little bit of cologne, like a little sampler.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of doused myself in it, just to kind of at least mask the smell. I know, but it was all I could do.
Great idea. Using cologne to cover up body odor never goes wrong.
Everyone knows that is the worst possible move. Obviously, you take a sink shower at the bathroom. That's what you should have done. You got towels there. You just get it wet. You get your armpits drenched down. You take care of business.
You should have been with me. There's no real handbook on this. I didn't know that.
Well, I am an expert on body odor, so...
Yeah. You have come to the foremost expert in the world on body odor, Brooke. So you didn't do that. You doused yourself in cologne. Do you think she noticed?
Well, I was hoping she wouldn't. But when we got the appetizer, she definitely called the waiter back over and was like, I think there's something very pungent about this, as in not in a good way.
She thought it was the food.
Well, she thought I definitely steered her in that direction as well. I encouraged that a little bit.
What's the expiration date on these cheese sticks? Because it smells like they've turned a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea what to do, so I kind of demanded that the waiter just take the appetizer away. And
Oh my gosh, that's so awkward.
yeah, no, it was awkward. But I'm not going to be, the guy that's like, yeah, no, it's me. It's my stinky armpit. Don't worry about it.
So, but she had to have noticed when they took the appetizer away that the smell stayed.
I don't know that she did it. Maybe she just kind of, how you just get used to things after a while. Maybe that's where it went. Because actually, from there on out, our conversation was great. It kind of hit on all the right notes, about family, career, 5-year goals. I mean, it really got kind of deep.
Whoa.
And so, I don't know.
You had a good conversation despite being late and then smelling like poo.
Yeah, pretty much.
So don't tell me that you gave her a hug at the end of the night.
Actually, I did.
Oh!
That is a terrible idea.
Oh, no.
Yeah, why?
Well, it was kind of like a surprise hug, though. I mean, she was like leaving the restaurant, and I kind of just came up behind her and just quickly just wrapped my arms around her.
Ew.
That sounds
Surprise!
No.
worse than hugging her with body odor. It's
So now you got a creepy, stinky hug, is what she
Yeah.
got.
From behind.
Yeah, I mean, I know it wasn't perfect by any means, but it was just kind of a little show of affection and kind of say, I had a great time. Thanks.
Okay.
yeah.
Use your words next time would be my advice.
Well, I'm trying to use my words now, but she's not answering my phone calls, and hopefully you guys can help me out with that.
Yeah, that is not shocking news to me at all,
Yeah.
Victor.
It sounds like she was really impressed by you.
No, I know. Listen, I really like this girl. She's like one of the most normal people I've gone out with in a long time. And those two things, I know, it's funny and stuff, but it's look, I can always be on time. I can always take a shower. Those things I can change. I just need a redo here. I really do.
Okay.
Okay, well, we'll try to get you your redo. We'll play a song, come back, and then call her and get your second date update, all right?
Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, Victor is on the phone, and today he wants to call a woman named Zoe. And I'm surprised he's not getting a call back because they played the most fun first date game ever. Where's that smell coming from? It's always a fun game to play on a first date. And unfortunately for Victor, that smell was coming from him because he showed up late. He had to actually run there, and by the time he got there, he had body odor, so he excused himself to the bathroom, put on a bunch of cologne, and smelled pungent. He blamed the smell on the appetizer, but I don't know if his date bought it. All right, Victor, you ready to call Zoe and see if it was your funky armpits that did you in?
Yeah, I'm all set.
And can you promise when you take her out again, no from behind surprise hugs? Nobody wants that.
It was an awkward moment.
Yeah.
Forgot to add that along with the smell, when they were walking out of the restaurant, Victor just grabbed her from behind and gave her a hug. And I'm assuming that was not only creepy, but also very smelly, and she realized it wasn't coming from the appetizer.
Yeah, well, he didn't try to throw her in the trunk of his car, so she was probably good with it.
She's lucky we didn't go to dessert, because that's probably what I would have done.
You're sick, Victor.
Well, the way this date went for you, it wouldn't surprise me at all. All right. I'm going to dial her phone number right now, see if we can get her on the phone, and find out why she's not calling you back, okay?
I really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. All right, no problem. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Zoe, please?
This is Zoe.
Hi, Zoe. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Jubal?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Do you know Jubal or do you not know Jubal?
I've heard of... Wait, where are you guys from?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio program. Some people might call it a showgram.
Oh,
No,
that's smart.
It's a radio show.
Wait, am I on the radio?
Do you want to be?
What?
Because we can make that happen because it's a radio show, you know? We can make that happen if you want to be.
Why are you calling me?
Do you want to know why?
Yes, that's why she asked, Jubal.
Okay, cool. We're calling you because we got an email about you from one of our listeners.
Who?
Well, his name is Victor, and you guys went out on a date.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Why would he email a radio station about our date?
Well, because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update, so Victor is confused why you won't call him back.
That's weird.
It is.
Why? Because it should be obvious why you're not calling him back? Is that why it's weird?
I mean, I would have thought so.
Really?
It was odd. No.
You know, Zoe, from Victor's description of the date, he also knows it was kind of weird, but he really liked you and would like a shot at a do-over, but he says he can't get a hold of you. I mean, what's the reason that you don't want to call him back?
I mean, we're very different people. I mean, I've been on several, first dates that were a little off, but this one was just like, I can't explain. I don't want to embarrass him or anything, but
we talked to him already, and there's no way you could embarrass him any more than he's already embarrassed himself telling us about the date. So
he told us a lot.
Okay, well, then you probably already know. I mean, it was kind of inappropriate what happened.
Oh my God, it was the hug. It was the weird back hug, wasn't it, at the end? He told us about the surprise hug. He came up from behind. I would have punched him.
Awkward.
It was awkward, but he didn't seem harmful, so no, I didn't punch him or anything. But that wasn't even the weird part, honestly, not the weirdest part of the date.
Are you talking about him showing up late and smelling like a used gym towel?
No, I mean, I knew something smelled, but I didn't notice him smelling any particular way.
Okay, So what are you talking about then? Because those are two really big red flags that he described to us.
Okay, so the conversation, it got pretty in-depth, which is kind of nice on a first date, but I don't know if he was doing it on purpose, but he just got a little too personal with some of his questions.
Like what?
Okay, so we talked about goals in life, which I think is pretty important. And he's very much a numbers guy. And he said he wanted to retire early.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked me, had I ever thought about it? When did I plan to retire? And I said, well, I haven't. I mean, I'm like in my mid-20s. It's just not something I've really thought about. Mm-hmm. And he gets kind of focused at this point and takes out his laptop at the restaurant to start to see when I can retire.
Wait, he's like analyzing her financial situation?
Yes. He's like asking me, like, what do I do for a job and how much money do I make? Do I have a 401k and savings and all this?
Wow.
Wow, that's a little...
It was a little creepy to me. I didn't want to tell him. All of that's kind of personal. And I said, well, I don't really know. And he said, well, just guesstimate.
So it's more like he's your financial planner at this point rather than you're on a date with a dude.
Right. I'm trying to think about, do I want to, like, give you a kiss at the end of the night? Not when do I want to retire?
All right.
And it got really weird because I said he asked if my parents were rich. And he said, well, what is their estimated date of death, do you think?
Oh, no way.
Oh, my God. It'd be more concerning if you had a date.
When we talked to him, he told us that you guys had some really deep conversations.
Oh, my gosh.
Really deep, like too deep.
Yeah. He took that as having a deep, meaningful conversation, and you obviously took that as a weirdo who's trying to figure out when you can retire and when your parents are going to die.
Yeah. I mean, is this what he does all the time? I don't know. It weirded me out.
Yeah.
You know what else is weird? He's actually on the phone listening and wants to talk to you right now.
What? He's been listening this whole time?
Yeah.
Zoe, there is nothing wrong with what I did. I was doing you a favor.
Oh.
Usually I charge like $500 for my services.
Oh.
But you don't talk about that on a first date. I mean, who brings a laptop to a first date anyway? Look, you were asking me all these questions about money, not what, my life aspirations were, or did I want to have kids one day, all these important things, and it was just numbers.
Well, we were going to get to that. I mean, everybody should be educated about their finances.
That would have been on our second date.
Personal stuff first.
I mean, I was really concerned. You didn't seem to have a clue.
What? It really wasn't what I was worried about at the time.
You can't just go and call her clueless right now. I mean...
Well, listen, she had no idea. She had no clue when she wanted to retire. How to retire.
what kind of payments to be making in the meantime, how to set herself up. I mean, it was atrocious.
Maybe she just didn't want to discuss it with you, basically a total stranger.
Yeah.
On a first date.
Yes, thank you,
this was
Zoe.
a date, Victor, not a meeting set up so you could do her financial plan.
Well, it just seemed important, and this is how I showed I care.
Oh, okay.
One of those, like your 7 love signs or whatever it is to show how you love someone.
There's only 5, and I guarantee you that's not one of them.
You don't think financial planning is a love language? I don't know. I'm not sure.
It's not. And why would you ever even ask me when I thought my parents would die? You didn't even ask their names. This is not appropriate.
Because I didn't mean that I wanted to know when they were going to... Well, I mean, I did want to know when they were going to die, but not for the creepy reason. It's just that the average men die at 84.7, and women are at 87.3. And I thought that I could calculate, therefore, how, when, and if you're going to get an inheritance, given the fact that that would be roughly around the time that they may pass. And I could factor it into your retirement plan.
I'd rather think about them living to like 120. I love my parents.
But not to mention, if you're the oldest daughter, statistically, you're going to be the ones financially responsible for taking care of them in their old age.
Yeah, I hadn't gotten to that yet. I'm very aware. That's a very important factor. But she kept blocking me on the inheritance aspect of it, so I couldn't get that far.
Oh, that's terrible.
She's an inheritance blocker.
This is so ridiculous. Why are we even talking about this?
Well, because, Zoe, I think you need to hear the hard truth, and that's that you have got to get yourself set up for a good future, you know?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, Victor. Victor, you were the one that called us and you wanted a second chance. What happened to that? Like, she told you what was wrong. Why aren't you apologizing instead of just attacking her further?
I'm not trying to attack her. Look, I mean, this is very important. You know, I mean, it's your financial well-being in the long term. We're talking about a relationship. It's long term. Come on, where's your head?
It's a first date.
But shouldn't you know whether you're compatible with the person before you even start to care about the finances?
Yes.
I ran the numbers. I'm compatible with her.
And I believe you did the research, Victor. I do.
You know what I mean? I guess I'm just more of a planner than you guys are, you know?
I don't know. I'm trying to plan a second date for you, though. Zoe, would you like to go on another date with Victor? We will pay for it.
You know, as tempting as it is, no.
Yeah.
I mean, no offense. I don't think we're going to be that compatible because you're going to want to talk numbers, and I'm not. So thank you very much, but no.
Yeah.
Zoe, thank you for your time. Sorry it didn't work out for you.
It's fine. I don't want to go out with them again anyway.
Yeah.
And Victor, I'm sorry that didn't work out with Zoe, but, you know, if you have time to get dinner soon, I could probably use your help with a few things.
You've got my number.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
Mini golfing is always a good idea on a first date.
I actually agree with that.
Unless, of course, you get hammered and then get very upset when you miss a shot and then go on a profanity-laced tirade in front of a bunch of kids and then threaten to beat up the staff.
Has that happened to you? Because that sounds really vivid.
No, it hasn't happened to me, but I'm hoping it's happened to Todd, who's on the phone
Okay.
today. And that's what he did. He went mini golfing and then tried to beat everybody up. Is that right, Todd?
I don't know about beat everybody up, but I did go mini golfing.
Oh.
Okay. Did you get angry at all during the entire 18 holes? How many do you play in mini golf? I don't know. Is it 18?
Well, we played both courses, so we played 18 holes, yeah.
Wow.
Okay. You're a mini golf madman.
Oh, yeah. That's my jam right there is mini golf. I mean, it's like the perfect entertainment, perfect first date, you know, all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And so you decided to take the girl that you want to call today mini golfing. How did it go?
I mean, I think it went all right. We were, you know, laughing around, joking around, having a good time. To me, I like taking all my dates mini golfing just because, you know, it's what I do. I actually, I went pro mini golfing when I was, oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm a professional mini golfer.
They have a pro circuit?
No.
Yeah, there's a pro circuit. There's leagues. Really? I've toured all around the United States playing mini golf.
Oh, man. What am I doing?
Are you?
Why am I here? I didn't know that, Todd. Can I have an apprenticeship underneath you? Can you teach me so that I can go on tour mini golfing?
Yeah, you could be his caddy.
Oh no, people have Yeah, no, there's whole
Shut up.
leagues.
Wow.
Yeah, honestly,
Amazing.
all over the country. There is just so many nice courses.
Wait, what makes a course nice? Like a cool windmill?
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. You know, like some people like more of a challenge, so there's a lot of courses with a lot more obstacles and things in the way. Some courses, they use lighting, different fiber optic lighting to make the courses look tough.
Interesting.
Can we just throw out the second date part of this and discuss pro mini golf for a while? Because this is fascinating to me.
I've always just tried to not step in some little kid's pee when I've been there.
Pee?
Oh no,
Yeah.
some of these courses they don't even allow kids. A lot of these pro courses.
Oh, that's amazing. You have to tell me where those are. All right, let's get to your date. So how was mini golfing with Laura?
That was great. When I take a date out, I'm not trying to be competitive or anything. I'm just having fun and having good conversation and talking to her. And we have a lot of similar interests and stuff like that. But I guess there was just this one thing that we didn't agree on. 95% of the conversation was fantastic. And I don't know if it's just this one little thing or what's going on, but
You didn't get into like politics or religion or something like that, did you?
nope, no politics, no religion, nothing like that. It was actually, we were talking about the lottery, and we were saying, like, what would you do if you won, like, $20 million?
Yeah,
Right?
fun convo.
Yeah, how could you get in an argument about that?
Well, she goes, I would donate it to charity.
Like all of it?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want? Why you want to call this girl? She's obviously got bad judgment.
I think that's really noble. Why would that be a bad choice?
Save a few mil for yourself.
Why are you even playing the lotto if you're just going to give it away?
Exactly.
Because maybe you want to do good for mankind.
You see, you and I wouldn't get along on a date either.
All right, so you got into a heated discussion because she said she would give all of her lottery winnings to charity, and I'm guessing you wouldn't give anything to charity?
I would blow it on cars and going out and buying nice houses and
I will say,
doing fun things.
I can actually see why that would be a reason not to call you back. Because it does, I mean, it says a lot about what type of person you are, what you would do with that type of money, right? You sound a little materialistic and selfish with that answer.
Again, I'm not dating you. I'm trying to date somebody else.
I'm just trying to interpret why she wouldn't be calling you back.
How heated did things get with her over this?
I mean, not like heated, but there was definitely a disagreement. And, you know, but luckily that was on like the 17th hole anyway. It wasn't like the whole date was really shot anyway, but the majority of the date was great. And I'm just not getting a call back, and I don't know.
How did the date end?
You know, I walked her back to her car and gave her a hug or whatever, and that was it.
Well, I mean, I feel like a date is sometimes like a good movie. You remember the beginning and the end. The middle doesn't really matter that much. It's just the part to get you to the end. And if you end really well, it says everything. It's all she remembered.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. But if you like the whole... if you're entertained throughout the whole movie, you're going to go see the sequel.
No, not if the end sucks.
You would never get along, you two.
Yeah, I know, you guys definitely would not be dating. So when she got in her car and stuff, did she seem like she wanted to see you again? Did she say anything or look at you in a certain way? You know that look, Todd.
I mean, I don't know. She's just, you know, she gave me a hug or whatever, and she's like, okay, I'll talk to you soon. And it'd really be a shame if she's not calling me back because of that one thing. Like, and that's why I hope you guys get her on the phone, because I just want to redo. You know, I mean, if that's, give me a mulligan.
All right. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Thank you.
All right, hang on a minute. Right in the middle of a second date update, and if you're just joining us, Todd is on the phone, and Todd took a girl named Laura to mini golf for their first date. He said 95% of it was awesome, but there was a bad 5% when they got into a little bit of an argument about how they would spend the money if they won the lottery. Todd says he would spend it all on material things. Laura, bleeding heart Laura, says she would give it all to charity, and I guess they argued about that a little bit. Todd, I do know one thing. If you won the lottery, you wouldn't be having to do a second date update right now. You would have date options, that's for sure.
Right, exactly.
Now, if you guys go out again, are you going to be able to not bring this topic up?
I don't really think so. Like, I think it's a good thing if we bring it up again and talk about it. Yeah, it's an important topic, and I mean, after thinking about it a little bit, I mean, maybe I would give some to charity. Like, that can't be a totally bad idea.
Look at that, Todd. You do have soul.
Or he's just telling her what she wants to hear.
Oh, come on, Jubal.
So that he can get another date. All right, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and get your second date update, okay?
Thank you.
Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Laura, please?
Yeah, this is her.
Hey, Laura, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm fine. Who is this again?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
Which airs on the radio.
Duh.
I'm familiar with the radio. I guess I've just never heard of you guys, and I don't really know why you're calling me.
Okay, well, we're a show that's on the radio, and we're calling you because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update, and you went out with one of our listeners recently.
Which one? Who is this?
Whoa, so there's a lot of options?
Good for you.
Well, I mean, that's none of your business, but no, who? Like, was it Jimmy?
No, it was not Jimmy. We haven't gotten an email from a Jimmy yet about going on a date with you, but we did get one from a guy named Todd.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that Todd.
Yeah.
I remember Todd. That's what that sounded like.
He says that you guys went mini golfing,
We did.
and now he says you're not calling him back, and he really wanted to see you again. What's wrong with Todd?
I mean, I don't know if I feel comfortable talking to you people.
Well, what can I do to make you comfortable, Laura? This is all about your comfort.
That sounded even creepier to me for some reason. How about we already heard his side of the story, so maybe it's your chance to tell yours?
Oh, so he told you his side of the story, did he?
Mm-hmm, he did.
What did he tell you?
Well, he told us that you guys went mini golfing, and he says that most of it was great, and there was one time where he thinks he might have upset you because you two were talking about lottery winnings, if you had won the lottery, and he said he would just buy a bunch of stuff, and you were saying that you would give it to charity, and he thinks maybe that's the reason you're not calling him back.
Oh, I mean, that's his opinion, and I don't agree with it, but I'm not going to not date him just because I don't agree with him.
Okay, so you didn't take it like as a red flag that it meant that he was materialistic and selfish?
No, I think most people would probably not want to give all of their winnings to charity. I mean, I think that's probably normal. Like, it wasn't like a good thing, but no, I mean, that wasn't the reason.
So if that wasn't it, then why don't you want to see Todd again?
So is it that he wants to see me? Is that what this is about? Is this why you're bothering me?
Yes, this is exactly why we're bothering you. And he wants to see you again.
Okay, that's super weird.
And if he can't see you again, he at least wants to know why.
Well, okay, that's fair, I guess. So he told you we went mini golfing, right? And that he's like a pro and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he said he was really good.
That like blew me out of the water. I didn't even know that those people existed.
Yeah, you went on a date with a pro athlete.
I know.
It's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, no, it is cool. Like, and I did think that was kind of cool. I didn't know it was a thing either. But when we were golfing, we were having a fun time, and he gave me some pointers and all that stuff. And I made a hole in one.
Awesome.
And he was like, yeah. But then he was like, hey, good job. And he smacked me on the butt. And I was like, okay, that's stepping over a boundary right there.
A little aggressive.
Yeah.
So you didn't like that?
It made me uncomfortable, you know, because like he's
fair.
a dude, I'm a girl. I just didn't think it was appropriate.
Yeah,
Like,
usually you should share like a first kiss before you go to butt grabs.
Yeah.
Usually.
Did you tell him that you were uncomfortable with that and to not do it again?
no, I probably should have, but I just I didn't want to, like, we were having a good time and I didn't want to, I just wanted to let it go because he's a pro. I don't know, maybe this is a thing they do. I have no idea. And I just let it go. But then at the end of the game, he did it again and he was like, nice playing with you. And like another little smack on the, and it just felt really gross and kind of porny. I don't know.
Good job holding that club, little lady. You earned yourself a booty slap. Not everybody gets one of those.
Yeah, it was just really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I can see how that would
Wait a minute. I could explain what's going on if you guys give me a chance to just say, like, I could explain this.
You weren't supposed to jump in yet, Todd.
Yeah, dude.
Wait, what is going on?
Laura, that's Todd. He's on the other phone, wants to talk to you, and apparently has no patience.
Yeah, he's a little aggressive. I think she's right.
Oh my god. Okay.
No, it's okay, because I could explain. Like, I'm just excited to, like, hear your voice again, you know? Like, we had a good time. I just want to defend myself on that. Like, that's part of, you know, I didn't mean to cross a barrier that I shouldn't have, but that's just a part of the game. You got a hole in one, and I was excited for you. That's like, we do that in the league, and I know I probably should have said that, but it's just like part of the game.
That's God.
It's like a sports slap,
Wait.
like when you're running out on the field and your coach gives you a little slap on the butt. Is that what you were doing?
It's just like in baseball. I'm sure you've probably seen people, like, you know, slap each other on the in baseball.
Yeah, those dudes fondle each other all the time. They fondle themselves and each other.
But here's the thing, Todd. Those dudes know each other. They're on the same team. They've spent countless hours together.
I mean, we were already together for like 30 minutes, you know, and I just wanted to tell her congratulations and pop, you know?
No, okay. I'm not a guy. Okay, 30 minutes is not enough time for you to be able to touch my butt. That's just not okay. And I'm not in the league with you. And girls don't understand why dude athletes do that anyway. Like, you don't see lady athletes smacking each other on the butt.
I don't know. I slap my girlfriends every once in a while. Like, hey, good game, ladies.
Really?
I don't know. Why not?
Dang, Brooke.
That's really weird, and that's something you do.
It's out there.
All right, so
For all sexes.
You're not doing a whole lot of butt slapping then, Laura.
No, I'm not. And this is a date, Todd. Like, it's just, you crossed a boundary. And
I got you. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable. You know, I wasn't trying to do that by any means. I was just getting really excited because you were getting really good at mini golf. We were having fun. We were laughing. Maybe I just misinterpreted the situation, but, you know, I would just like to get a mulligan here and go out on another date and, you know, try again and be respectful. Maybe we'll go out to dinner this time or something.
And after you finish your food, he can give you a nice pat on the butt and be like, good job. Laura, would you like to go out on a second date with Todd? We will pay for it.
I mean,
I think his butt slap was an innocent thing. I really do.
Yeah. And I feel like now he understands your boundaries. So maybe before he didn't get your boundaries.
I don't know.
But I tell you what, the next time we get together, I'll let you smack me on my butt twice just to get even. Just so that way,
Dude, Laura,
we're starting off again on an even playing field.
Laura, you get a free date and you get 2 free butt slaps on him.
I have a feeling she doesn't want those.
I don't want to be smacked, and I don't want to smack anybody. No butt smacks on dates. Like, just no.
I think that's a fair rule, Todd.
I can adhere to that, all right? I got you. Butt slaps are off limits, and that's fine with me. I'm all good with that.
All right, Laura, so what do you say? Butt slaps off limits. Is the second date on? Will you go out with him again?
Well, obviously, Todd, you went through all this trouble to do this, and the second date wouldn't hurt. I had a good time other than the butt slaps. So why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. You got a second date, Todd. Congratulations.
Woohoo! I just stood up and smacked my own butt.
Congratulations. I'm smacking it for you over the radio, too. Good job.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Text in at 78592 says, note to self, if I want to smack my date on the butt, just take them to do something sporting. Talking about today's second date update. If you missed it, Todd wanted to call Laura. She wasn't calling back after their date mini golfing. We got her on the phone and found out the reason why, and it's because Todd is actually a professional mini golfer. I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah.
But during their game, she would do something good, and he'd like smack her on the butt. Kind of like a sports slap. You know how you do that?
Yeah.
And she was kind of weirded out by it, and why is this dude smacking me on the butt? So she wasn't calling him back because she thought he was a little handsy. He told her that he was just like innocently like, hey, good game or whatever.
Yeah.
And they did decide to go out again, just no butt slaps anymore.
I think it was good on everybody's. I mean, we talked it out.
Yeah, they worked it out.
Yeah.
And now they're going on a second date. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person that didn't call you back.